What up, what up? I'm back at it again with another video. Before I get into the video, you know what I'm gonna say. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and help me get to my goal of 2,000 subscribers. I'm almost there, so please let your friends know about my channel and what exactly it is that you like about my stuff, okay? Okay. So today I'm going to be talking about social anxiety and how that is often misread in Black people. As you know, I talk a lot about mental wellness on this channel, and something I haven't really talked about in depth is how Black people are not read as quite human, and oftentimes when we are experiencing mental illnesses, first of all, we are often incarcerated and sometimes brutalized and read as difficult or hostile or aggressive or insubordinate, and oftentimes we don't have the same grace extended to us that our white counterparts have. Racism sucks. So I wanted to read a little bit about what social anxiety actually is and what some of the symptoms are. So social anxiety is a behavioral disorder, also called like a social phobia. And so you oftentimes fear the judgment of large crowds or fear the judgment of people. You run over events over and over in your mind again to see if you did everything right. Everyday actions often cause anxiety. They cause you to be self-conscious or embarrassed because you fear being scrutinized or judged by other people. So with social anxiety, that leads often to avoidance that can disrupt and severely limit people's lives. Severe stress can affect your relationships, your workout routines, your job, school, and other activities. So social anxiety can be a chronic condition, but you can learn ways to cope with it, and you can also do other work to sort of get to maybe what the bottom of it actually is and where it comes from. Taking medication can also be something to help you gain confidence and do like exposure therapy work where you ease yourself into social situations, and after each positive social interaction, you know, you kind of like big yourself up, like, wow, I did that, I was great at that. And then more and more and more, and you become more and more comfortable with it. So this is oftentimes misread as Black people being stuck up, Black people being aggressive, Black people not fitting in with work culture, Black people being standoffish, Black people being intimidating, Black people being know-it-alls or hard to read, or the list of it, right? And somebody could very well be thought to be some of these adjectives, right, and not have social anxiety. So it's like, it's also like this fine line of not trying to diagnose other people and say, oh, this person probably has social anxiety, which is why they act like this, and this is why this happens, right? It's not that. It's really more of like to give people grace and not to like immediately like harshly judge people, especially if they are Black or not white. Yeah, it's really, really annoying when you are working through your own stuff and you have all of these adjectives projected onto you because of your race, because of your gender, because of your sexuality, because of your expression, because of what you wear. I don't really have anything smart or witty to say other than that sucks, and you can't really understand unless you are actually a Black person who has had like a bad day, or even if you're having a good day at work. People are gonna oftentimes read you, if you work in white environments, people often kind of read you as being intimidating or rude or aggressive or whatever, regardless of what you do. Microaggressions are not fun. So I'm gonna read a couple more of the symptoms. Fear that others will notice that you look anxious. Fear of physical symptoms that may cause you embarrassment, such as blushing, sweating, trembling, or having a shaky voice. Fear of situations in which you may be judged negatively. Worry about embarrassing or humiliating yourself. Intense fear of interacting or talking with strangers. Avoidance of situations where you might be the center of attention. Avoidance of doing things or speaking to people out of fear of embarrassment. Anxiety and anticipation of a feared activity or event. Intense fear or anxiety during social situations. Analysis of your performance and identification of flaws in your interactions after a social situation. Expectation of the worst possible consequences from a negative experience during a social situation. So once again, these are some of the symptoms. Oftentimes people do not recognize these things in Black people as social anxiety. They oftentimes put negative labels onto them, oftentimes police them, oftentimes harm them. And it is always just something that makes my jaw drop when I see the amount of patience and grace that white people living with mental illnesses and white people who are neurodivergent, when I see people make space for them and make room for them and be patient with them, whether they know their diagnosis or not, or whether they have mental illness or not, or whether they are neurodivergent or not, just the sheer amount of grace. They are seen as non-threatening, they are seen as innocent, and with Black people, it is not that way, especially if you are not light-skinned. And light-skinned people obviously experience racism as well, but I noticed that light-skinned people get more grace than darker-skinned people. Get more understanding, get more access to humanity, but light-skinned people still face racism. So yeah, I just think that this is up. There's no way around it. This is up. And I just kind of wanted to make a video, I guess, saying how up this is. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave me some hearts down in the comment section below. And if you would like to help me out in any way, my Cash App and my Venmo information is right down below as well. I will see you all next time. Peace.